Ever feel like you're not getting the respect you deserve? You're polite, you're helpful, but somehow people walk all over you. It's frustrating, and it can leave you questioning your own worth. But what if I told you the problem isn't you, but your approach? And what if the solution is a 2,000-year-old philosophy? Today we're diving into why people might be disrespecting you and how the ancient Stoics would handle it. This isn't about becoming cold or uncaring. It's about reclaiming your power and commanding the respect you've always earned. Let's start with a common trap: over-explaining. Picture this. You can't make it to an event, and instead of a simple, "sorry, I can't make it," you launch into a 10-minute monologue about your cat's cousin's birthday party. We do this because we're afraid of being judged or disliked. We think more reasons equal more understanding, but in reality it often does the opposite. It signals a lack of confidence in your own decision. It's like you're asking for permission for your own choices. The Stoics, like Marcus Aurelius, believed in clarity and brevity. He wrote in his Meditations, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." This applies directly to our actions. Your decisions are your own. You don't owe anyone an elaborate justification for them. When you constantly explain yourself, you're essentially handing over the judge's gavel to the other person. You're saying, "Here are all my reasons. Please validate them." This subconsciously lowers your status in their eyes. They start to see you as someone who needs their approval, not as an equal. A simple, firm "no, I'm not available" or "I'm not able to do that" is incredibly powerful. It shows you respect your own time and decisions. It's not rude, it's assertive. You're not being mysterious for the sake of it. You're simply stating a fact. The people who truly respect you will accept your answer without needing a novel-length explanation. The ones who push for more details are often the ones who were looking to cross your boundaries in the first place. So, the first step to gaining respect is to stop over-explaining. Trust your own judgment. Your no is a complete sentence. Next up, the close cousin of over-explaining: people-pleasing. Are you the person who says yes to everything, even when your plate is overflowing? Do you twist yourself into a pretzel to accommodate everyone else's needs, often at the expense of your own? People-pleasing feels like a shortcut to being liked, but is actually a fast track to being disrespected. Why? Because you teach people that your needs don't matter. When you consistently put others first, you send a clear message: my time, my energy, and my well-being are less valuable than yours. People are not mind readers. They will take the cues you give them. If you act like a doormat, they will, unfortunately, wipe their feet on you. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus said, "If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid." This might sound harsh, but what he means is you have to be okay with disappointing people sometimes in order to stay true to your own principles and priorities. The need to please everyone often stems from a fear of conflict or rejection. But here's the paradox. The more you try to please everyone, the less genuine you become, and the less people respect you. They might like the convenience you offer, but they don't respect the person. Reclaiming respect means learning to say no. It means prioritizing your own tasks and well-being. It means understanding that it is not your job to make everyone happy. When you start valuing your own time, others will too. It might feel uncomfortable at first. Some people might even get upset. But those are the people who are benefiting from your lack of boundaries. The people who truly value you will respect your newfound self-respect. This brings us to the core of the issue: a lack of boundaries. Boundaries are the invisible lines we draw around ourselves that define what is and isn't acceptable behavior from others. Without them, you're like a country with no borders. Anyone can wander in and take whatever they want. Think about it. When you let your boss call you at 10 p.m., when you let a friend constantly cancel plans at the last minute, when you tolerate passive-aggressive comments, you are signaling that this behavior is okay. The Stoics were masters of understanding what they could and couldn't control. This is the famous dichotomy of control. You can't control what other people do or say, but you can control your response. Setting a boundary is your response. It's you taking control of your own territory. Seneca wrote, "To be everywhere is to be nowhere." If you are available to everyone, for everything, all the time, your presence loses its value. Your time loses its value. Setting boundaries isn't about building walls. It's about building a gate, and you are the gatekeeper. You decide who and what comes into your life. It starts with small things. For example, I'm happy to help with that project, but my work hours end at 5 p.m., so I will get to it tomorrow morning. Or, to a friend, I really value our time together, but when you cancel last minute, it messes up my day. If it happens again, I won't be able to make plans for a while. Notice the structure. You state your limit clearly and calmly, and you also state the consequence if that limit is crossed. This isn't a threat. It's a simple cause and effect. It is you teaching people how to treat you. Strong boundaries are the foundation of self-respect, and self-respect is magnetic. It's what draws genuine respect from others. So, how do we put all of this together and reclaim our authority? It's not about being aggressive or demanding. It's about embodying a quiet confidence. The Stoics called this living in accordance with nature, your nature. It's about aligning your actions with your values. True authority isn't loud, it's firm. It's in the way you carry yourself, the way you speak, in the way you honor your own word. Reclaiming your authority starts internally. You have to believe you are worthy of respect first. Remind yourself that your opinions matter, your time is valuable, your feelings are valid. This internal shift will naturally project outward. When you stop seeking external validation through over-explaining and people-pleasing, you begin to validate yourself. Your posture changes. Your tone of voice becomes steadier. This could mean taking a cold shower or intentionally choosing the harder path on a project. This builds mental toughness. It teaches you that you can handle discomfort, including the discomfort of setting a boundary or saying no. When you're not afraid of a little friction, you become much more powerful in your interactions. Think of it this way. A king doesn't need to shout that he's a king. His presence, his actions, and the structure of his kingdom all declare it for him. In your life, you are the sovereign. Your boundaries are your kingdom's laws. Your no is your royal decree. When you govern yourself with integrity and self-respect, others will recognize your authority without you ever having to raise your voice. They will see you as someone who is in control of their own life, and that is a quality that naturally commands respect. Let's recap the Stoic fix. 1. Stop over-explaining. Your decisions are your own. A simple yes or no is enough. 2. Quit people-pleasing. Be willing to be thought foolish or unhelpful by some in order to protect your own well-being and integrity. 3. Establish and enforce firm boundaries. Teach people how to treat you by clearly communicating what is and isn't acceptable. And 4. Reclaim your personal authority by cultivating inner confidence and self-respect. Live in a way that your actions speak for themselves. Making these changes isn't an overnight process. It's a practice. You will slip up. There will be times you catch yourself over-explaining or saying yes when you meant no. That's okay. The key is to be aware and gently guide yourself back to your principles. Every time you successfully hold a boundary or confidently state your decision, you are reinforcing a new pattern of behavior. You are strengthening your self-respect muscle. Start small. Pick one area of your life where you feel you're being disrespected. Is it at work, with a particular friend, in your family? And apply one of these principles. Maybe this week your goal is to simply say no to one small request without giving a long-winded excuse. See how it feels. Notice the other person's reaction. You might be surprised at how little pushback you get. And even if you do get pushback, remember the words of Epictetus. You cannot control their reaction, only your action. Standing firm in your boundary is your victory. The journey to earning respect from others always begins with respecting yourself. The Stoics knew this too, millennia ago, and it's a truth that has never faded. You have the power to change how people treat you by changing how you treat yourself. I'm really curious to hear from you. Tell me in the comments, what boundary have you set that completely changed your life for the better? Sharing your story could inspire someone else to take that brave first step. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, give it a like and subscribe for more wisdom on building a stronger, more resilient life. See you in the next one.